followership. Ibanga is seen very pregnant and very timely, because in Akwa Ibom State right now, just like in the country, we have a number of issues which leaders should naturally have no issues to have challenge addressing, but because of people around. And that leads us to what we are going to take as Ministry of Education and Enlightenment today. We are going to just look at impunity, how it arises, effects on society, and who the victims and the culprits are, and how to checkmate it. Impunity. It has relationship with our thought for thought and thought for food, because there are certain people around leaders who say, do it. What can they do? Who can fight government? And some even individuals become more powerful than government, and they will challenge even the governor, like you're saying in Rivers State and some other places, where somebody believes that he's a god. I put you there, or will be a godfather, and all of that. They'll say, who's a governor? A number of governors, even presidents, are so vulnerable that if you know what is happening to them, you will be worried that truly vulnerable ones are not just the poor and the needy women. They include our leaders. That's why we are here as Open Forum, to help leaders. We will tell truth to power, and you can take that to the bank. So that's what we do today. And then humanitarian intervention, we're going to give you update on our son who's been stranded in United Arab Emirates for some time now, and the effort we have made and what the state is. And very importantly, we spent quite some years searching for the son. Actually, we're looking for the son to one of the women. In this case, Deaconess Grace Samuel Ekpo, one of those women who was murdered in a walk, Kwaibo Church walk, when it was attacked by gunmen during when General Rakpan was kidnapped. And luckily, over the weekend, one of the contacts stumbled on the son, and he is supposed to be here. Unfortunately, I don't know why. The same person that made the arrangements is delaying the fellow from being here. Governor Umoeno. We'll look at the matters arising from there. Mobilized protesters when I went to Abuja for the protests. I just hope he'll be here today. If he's not here today, we'll have to suspend because it's the second time we're advertising. He's been here. We confirmed that he'll be here, but his number is not going through us at this morning any longer. We'll get to introduce them after now. And then policy analysis and advocacy. We'll look at the stock taking and agenda setting for Akwa Ibom without oil. This is part 66. For 66 weeks, Open Forum has dedicated time to show how Akwa Ibom can make it without oil. And today's focus, we are going to look briefly at the historic emergence of prospective investors in the Ibom Deep Sea Port Project. And what do we have here? A preliminary review. We're going to just give you a little about what is there, what to expect. Then the big one, the series that nothing will stop us from doing bits of it, and then until this matter is solved. Special series on Stop Creek Forest Reserve, part 2. We have here the Stop Creek Forest Reserve crisis, an expert analysis of urgent conservation imperatives. That takes us. Please, you said that. No, let him join. Our guest just arrived, and we'll get to that. So, having said that, let me introduce the guests we are going to have today, and one of them is going to join us virtually. Please help him put that on. We are going to have, this is a bit tiny for me to read. The Dr. Wemedi Moyo Kun, FNCF, that must be Fellow Nigerian Conservation Foundation, is the chairman, Nigerian Conservation Foundation of Akwa Ibom State Chapter, and is a senior lecturer, Department of Agricultural Extension and Rural Development, Faculty of Agriculture, Akwa Ibom State University. He is going to join us to speak on the issue of the urgent need for conservation, the conservation imperatives of the Stop Creek. It's going to be another dimension. We are not talking about the battle today, we're talking about issues, what that reserve is all about and what should be done. We also have in the studio the son to late or murdered Mrs. Deaconess Grace Samuel Ekpo. The mother was killed during the attack on Kwaibu Church Walk in January 2010. He is right here in the studio. Let me just welcome him at once because we are going straight into conversation. Godwin Ekpo, you are welcome to Open Forum with Enquiry.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to be here.
I'm so happy seeing you.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
I'm happy to be here.
Yes. He is here. You open your ears. What you're going to hear, you may have to grab your kerchief to wipe your tears if they come. But even if they don't come, you must be motivated to take action, because after now, that family will never remain the same. As long as God gives us breath, we'll do everything possible to see that the needful is done. And gladly too, the person that I put on task for quite some years now, himself is also a victim of that Ewok, I can't call it massacre. He was here with us about 3 weeks or a month ago, talking about the man Sylvester Ekpo. Ewok people like bearing Ekpo. They are not from the same family, I don't know. And he is here. He's the one that is able to have traced to bring Godwin to the studio. Ime Sylvester Ekpo. You are welcome once again to Open Forum with Enquiry.
Thank you, sir.
Now, Godwin Samuel Ekpo, his brother that was affected when we start the conversation, you're going to hear more. We are supposed to have in the studio Comrade Ezekiel Udofia, or aka Don Peters, President Niger Delta Peace Movement, and a team member of the 2023 Free Kidnapped Akwa Ibom NYC members in Samfara. If he joins us, good enough. If not, we'll call it off until whenever we'll have time, because we have to squeeze him in today. Having said all that, we are about to do what we normally do. Let me just give us a snippet. Last week, on Stop Creek Forest Reserve crisis, we opened with the special edition spotlighting on open forum advocacy for a people and justice centered solution. We will not go through the whole hurdles of telling you what we did, but you can be sure that we came with historical records, including government records. And the summary is that the only structure that is presently occupying the Stop Creek Forest Reserve is ExxonMobil. And for that to have been done, the needful, as the law says, was done. The area that was required was measured, de-reserved, and allocated to Mobil. And when they needed, compensation was also paid. And from records to Edo, which is an Eket in short. There's difference between Eket and Eket, because you have Eket local government area and this is Eket local government area, but together as a people they are called Eket people. So it was paid to Edo, rural villages, which is in Eket. And when there was need for extension of mobile facilities, another space was measured and cut off, gazetted, and then compensation was paid, and even went to court. And Mobil was in court, Eket was in court, and eventually we understand that Eket won and the compensation was paid. We've cited those documents and we've tried to let the world know that. So certain issues that are coming up, like we say, are man-made. That's why we want to help His Excellency, help the communities by all means to be sure that whatever needs to be resolved should be resolved. And people will be asking, is that the only structure on the Stop Creek? No. What has happened thereafter is, according to what we are hearing, that the land is being partitioned and sold to Bois, to Tolkien, and maybe others. I'm told there's a Chinese mining company there, and the needful was not done. As in, carve out the area, de-reserve, pay compensation. The story about compensation is deeper, and we have information because we've spoken with people from the different local government areas that lay claim to Stop Creek, Eket, Ibno, Mbo, and Esireket. And there is that judgment which Eket people are holding on to, and which the government now says that judgment apart from being invalid, did not bestow the land on anybody. It's a continuous conversation, because we are going to do a book club as we make progress to really read even the judgment and see where, if truly ACET has anything. We are also going to read the press releases by government and get to ask questions. If there is any portion of land in Akwa Ibom or in Nigeria that does not belong to a people but belongs to government, and you need to also understand what it means when you say that the land is held in trust for the people. That, very elementary, does not presuppose that government owns the land. It means that people own the land and government holds in trust. So that is what we did last week, and so for this week we want to go straight to giving us a bit of what we should be able to know. Like I told us, we touch here and there, and then help to enlighten people, because this program, we pride ourselves, is one program that when you spend 1 hour on radio, you can truly see the value of 1 hour on radio. And let me take the humanitarian. No, when I get to humanitarian, we have to flow at once. Let me take the citizenship education and enlightenment. And here we have talked about impunity, how it arises, the effect on society, and who the victims and the culprits are, and how to checkmate it. When you hear about AI is very useful, so you need to take advantage, ask questions. And I tell you sincerely, if you are a leader, you can survive very poor aids by fact-checking things for yourself. The question is impunity. First will be, what is impunity? And the answer given is that impunity is the absence of punishment or accountability or wrongdoing. It occurs when individuals, groups, or institutions commit abuses or crimes executed or sanctioned. In simple terms, it means getting away with harmful actions without consequence. How does impunity arise? Impunity exists when laws are weak, selectively enforced or ignored. Judicial system lack independence or resources. Corruption protects powerful individuals. Authorities fail to investigate crimes, and victims are silenced through fear or intimidation. Impacts of impunity on society. Erosion of the rule of law. When laws are not applied equally, people lose trust in legal and state institutions. This undermines democracy and governance. Encouragement of further abuse. If offenders face no consequences, others are more likely to commit similar acts. Impunity creates a circle of repeated wrongdoing. Impunity is closely linked to abuses such as torture, police brutality, corruption, sexual violence, and war crimes, because perpetrators believe they will not be held accountable. And it has to do with loss of public trust. I'm going to jump to who are the most guilty of impunity. Impunity is not limited to one group, but most commonly benefit those with power, protection, or influence. The group often associated with impunity are political leaders and government officials. When leaders control institutions meant to hold them accountable, they may evade justice for corruption, abuse of power, human rights violation. It is especially common where checks and balances are weak. This full-blown thing, we will have it, because very soon we will begin our podcast. We can't do everything on radio in 1 hour, so we shall try as much as possible to restart our podcast again. So how can impunity be checkmated or curbed? Impunity can be curbed or checkmated only through strong systems of accountability, and no single action is enough. It requires legal, institutional, and social efforts working together. You have to strengthen the rule of law, ensure an independent, effective judiciary, hold security forces accountable, fight corruption, protect whistleblowers, journalists, and activists, empower civil society and citizens, ensure access to justice for victims, use international mechanisms when national systems fail, and then promote transparency and open governance. These are the things that leaders do not want. And wherever you find anybody in leadership position who is uncomfortable with leadership, I mean with accountability or transparency, just know that you are in a one chance box. The person will be worse than a terrorist. So, having said that, let's leave it there, because we must have gained something when you can talk. Visa, and he got stranded after all effort and lost everything that he made. He is homeless with his children, including a 7-month-old baby. We have bet, we have records of conversations and stories. A very big shame, but we will not give up. We are believing God that His Excellency will look at the letter that we sent and see how He will intervene as a father to bring that family back. They have had to sleep in the open with the baby. Somebody who was a millionaire, not because he did any crime. We will keep talking about this until Michael Bassi arrives with you, and by the grace of God, he will. On that note, we want to take on our brother, Mr. Godwin Samuel Ekpo, the son to Deaconess Grace Samuel Ekpo, who was brutally murdered in the temple on a Sunday. I think the hour was 12 noon. And his son was also in church, was affected. I want to hear, not from the horse. Are you the second son?
The third son.
You are the third son.
Yes.
I have here with me Godwin Samuel Ekpo. Once again, you are welcome to Open Forum. Please face the mic. So talk to the mic.
Thank you very much.
Good. Were you in church that day on January 31st,
Yes.
2010?
Yes.
Were you also in church with your mother and your brother?
Very much. I was in the church.
Really?
I was in the church.
You didn't? I told you to come early so that we would have talked.
I was in the church.
You were in the church.
Yes.
So what happened? Very brief, because here we go straight to point. What happened on that day?
Well, it was like a dream and a magic as well. We were in the church while the preaching was going on. So we saw people trooping into the church. They start shooting randomly, and people were confused whether to run out or to stay. But because we had a little knowledge about such incidents, so we had to lie down flat.
Yes.
So my mother was an usher in the church.
She was standing.
Yes, sir, doing the normal work.
Oh God.
She knew nothing about
Tactics.
Nothing like bend down, or nobody was there to tell her sleep flat
on the ground.
So the bullet that was flying entered her and burst out at the back.
Oh no.
She died instantly without taking
remedy.
Nothing. She died instantly.
Now, how was your brother affected?
Well, my brother was a chorister.
What is his name?
Emmanuel Samuel.
He's the firstborn.
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
I was a chorister then. I was at the chorister side while he was in the congregation.
Okay.
So sitting with the security men that was guiding, the security men that were guiding man they were looking for.
Yes, that's General Akpan.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So when those people entered, the security men told him to lie down, according to the news.
Yes.
So when he lied on the floor,
Yeah.
but I don't know how the bullet got straight to his eyes and condemned one of his eyes.
Maybe because before he got down, somebody told me his experience about bullets. A stray bullet entered somebody, he didn't even know. That bullet entered him, he didn't know until he realized that blood was gushing out. He said, what happened? So it's so strange, and the shock may not even allow him to recall what happened. But you heard him, after the whole thing. So he narrated the story. What did he tell you?
After the incident, after those people might have finished the
operation,
they went out. And we ran out from the church.
Okay.
I did not even notice that my mother was dead.
Oh no.
So when I came back, although my cloth was bloody, so when I came back, let me see.
Where did you get the blood from? From the blood that spilled from other people?
So when I entered the church,
yes,
I did not even get to look for my mother. The first person that I saw was my brother.
Okay.
So I rushed to grab him to carry him.
Okay.
That was when I got
the same. Okay. Okay.
So I did not even know my mother is lying down dead. So when I finished with my brother, I said, let me take him to maybe the nearby chemist. I thought it was a
small thing.
Small thing that either 200 or 500 naira will cure. I did not even know that his eyes was
damaged.
So,
which side of his eye? Left hand side, right hand side?
The left hand side.
Left hand side.
Yes, sir.
Completely damaged.
Yes, sir.
Now let's go to your brother's story. Okay, let's go. Let's just Amen is here. Let him just say a little. Amen. You were here before. You were not in church.
Yes, sir.
But the story you heard and what you've heard him now, I want to thank you for linking me to him. What do you have to say to that very briefly in 1 minute? Then I'll get back to him.
I thank you so much for holding us. So that day was like a dream to us. But even when I was not there, but my friend that was there told me exactly what happened.
You were in Maiduguri or where?
I was in Adamawa.
Yola.
Yes, I was.
You heard it in Yola.
Yes, I was in school. I don't know what to say because it was things that
a nightmare.
Yes.
Leave it there. Let's come back to him. Godwin, the government gave support to your family, or we learned the government gave support for the burial of the people that were dead. Is that true?
That was true.
How much was your family given?
After the incident, we waited for like 4 hours. They called the governor, then the president, Senate president.
Yes. Akpabi was the governor.
Then he came in person.
He came in person?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So when he came, he visited the incident, as in the church.
Yes.
He went by, he did not promise something that day. So on a Sunday, he came back on a Sunday when this man was released.
General Akpan was kidnapped. For those who are not aware, General Akpan was kidnapped on that day, January 31st, 2010, and in the course of kidnapping, 2 women were killed, some persons were injured, and let also General Akpan security sustained injuries. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Serious injuries.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, you said the former governor, now Senate President Gospel Akpabio, came on that day and then came back on a Sunday. What did he say when he came back?
It was on that Sunday that he promised 2.5 million for the burial.
Okay.
Of those my mother.
Yeah.
He gave the 2.5 million for the burial, but he promised that after the burial, the family will be taken care of.
Now, since then, has the family been taken care of in any way? Your family?
Nothing at all.
Now, your brother, because I was actually looking for him until we now have you here. How is his condition? I understand he's not been found. Where is he? Or how do you think we can get to him? Because we need him.
Where to bring him back?
Which state is he?
He was with us in Naked.
Okay.
Doing some petty trading job. Then after he finished, the money got finished. So he was unable to maintain. We too. Because when the incident happened, I was in Unica then. So I came back on Saturday.
You were a student? Or
yes, sir.
You were a student?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
I came back on Saturday. to meet my mother. I did not even know that would be the
last day.
So when I came on a Saturday, I worshiped with her. We went to church together and we worshiped together on that Sunday. So my mind was to, on Monday, I will go back to school because she was the one sponsored me.
Oh no.
So when that thing happened, I dropped out.
Oh my God. Father.
My father died 1999. So
This is heartbreaking.
My mother was the breadwinner.
The same thing that happened to Ime Sylvester. The mother was a civil servant and the provider for the family because the father had been ill. Even as we speak, just not too long ago, he was hospitalized and we know what we went through. What did you study in Unical?
Then I studied marine geology.
My God. Now, were you able to get back to finish your program?
After some years, when I dropped out, I stayed for like, if not 3 or 4 years. Then I changed the course, I changed everything.
Oh my God. So what did you do?
So,
what course did you read finally?
Finally, civil engineering, Federal Polytechnic, Nekede.
Interesting. You are listening to Hearing Open Forum on radio?
Ran away
After the incident. This is heartbreaking. Everything you hear tells you why there is so much agony in the land. Is there something you want to say? I want to speak to the governor. Just talk as if we are meeting His Excellency Pastor Moino now. This message we're going to pass to him. Make your appeal.
Well, I believe everybody is listening to us.
Yes, go ahead.
Even His Excellency, please, sir, I need, if I can see a job that will compensate the family because I'm the only graduate in that family.
Oh my God.
And my mother was eager to make me a graduate. Although he died, but God stood by us. God stood by me to see that my mother's job came true.
You need a job.
Yes.
And your brother needs capital to invest and get back his life.
Yes.
And be able to get married. Do you have, how many siblings are you? How many of you have brothers and sisters?
We are 7 in numbers.
Imepo, take the last shot. You were here.
Yes, sir.
We have done the letters, and the letters had to be delayed because I needed to have his position.
Yes, sir.
Since we got him over the weekend, that letter was to leave to the governor today, this morning before